Hello there, welcome back to the Ogre, the old kit reacts, reviews, and oft times reminiscences. Today we're doing Coffret De Bijoux, and it's one of those of you that search high and low stuff on the internet will recognise this sort of sleeve art as being somewhat typical of the youngsters that are coming into the scene. And bringing their own take on black metal-y type music, or music in that part of the spectrum anyway. And I think we all know this, that music evolves, and long may it do so. So some of the aspects of this newer take on black metal intrigues and delights, and some of it doesn't. Now, I'm happy to say here, as it happens to be part of my collection now, must have delighted and intrigued. And although it does employ one of my pet hates, which is the ultra lo-fi nature of it. You have to turn your volume up to 11 to hear the blooming thing. But nonetheless, it does entertain. So let's have a little listen. I think this is an instrumental. I've only bought this recently, and I've only heard it 2 or 3 times since I bought it. But clearly, it impressed enough at the beginning to get me to part with my shekels. So anyway, let's go. Crank some more volume on, hopefully. Right, so first things first, please remind me at the end of this video to turn the volume back down before I do anything else, because I'm going to blow my fucking eardrums out otherwise. I've had to really turn it up. I'm hoping that OSB's gizmos, what try I say, balance the volume so it's audible to you guys. Looking at the sound meter on the program, I suspect maybe not. So this may well come through as very lo-fi to you, despite my best efforts to crank it up a bit. But clearly the artist has recorded this in such a manner as to make it so. So perhaps it would be wrong of me to try and raise the volume too much. But anyway, what it does amplify, having such low hi-fi-ness, is the sheer vivacity of the music. It sparkles and gallops and swoops and soars, and there's a playfulness to it as far as I can hear, but at the same time has that underlying murkiness that I like. So again, contrasts often work well, don't they? And so that sort of brightness of the guitar over the staticky background instrumentation just works well. It's like it's very much like fire when you see in films, meadows at night where fireflies are dancing. It's that sort of thing. So I get the sense that I might be completely wrong, I usually am, but I get the sense that the artist here is having a hoot. You can't play that sort of music and not enjoy it. I'm sure you can't. But it does. I said that youngsters are coming, as happens everywhere, I suppose, every genre, coming in and carving their own sort of niches and interpretations of what black metal should sound like, and this is clearly the case. However, it still reminds me of quite a. Some of you may remember a band, an artiste. It was actually rather than a group of musicians, Mystic Forest. And I listened to this track, and I'm reminded strongly of Mystic Forest, and it makes me wonder if that artist has been travelling the world, spreading their seed, and the youngsters who are coming forward and making this sort of music might have some of that DNA in them, maybe. But yes, that's what I thought when I was listening to that. But yes, what was I going to say? Yes, so I wasn't going to say anything else. I don't blooming know. The trouble with me is I tend to start wandering off down tangents, and I have to rein myself in before what I'm talking about. It bears no relation to what I'm actually supposed to be doing. But nonetheless, I'll repeat the fact that Biddly Bong Bong, by way of emphasis, that the that sprightly guitar is very much underpinned by, yeah, it's not low key because it's very audible, but lo-fi and indistinct rhythm. And even that's wrong because the bass is clearly audible and bubbling along, and the drums are kicking it good and strong. But again, it is buried, and it is behind that wall is static, which, as I've mentioned before, sometimes means that certainly those that don't listen to this sort of music probably won't get it. Although you got to be sort of cold-hearted and sort of unappreciative of music in general not to gain something from the sheer playfulness of this music. So clearly a more subdued part of the song here, but the bass is sort of bubbled up a bit here, and it very much reminds me actually of a dub reggae bass. It's very rich and sort of impressive in the sense that it makes itself known and sort of gets down to the primal part of us that does pick up on the that sort of bass. And so yeah, so even when the guitars have a minute, here we have the bass not taking, not gambling as much as the guitars were, but certainly keeping that richness going, and sort of not allowing proceedings to become dour. So all for it, me. Yeah. I don't know about you, but this sort of music makes me very happy. It buoys me, it lifts me. I do wonder, such misery in the world, and people seem intent on finding something to hate in others. Whether or not everyone should listen to their genre equivalent of this, and cheer themselves up a bit, because the last thing I'd want to do upon listening to this music is to go outside and punch somebody or berate them for any reason. I would want to go outside and give them a hug, give them a smile at the very least, bid them a very good day. The last thing I would want to do after listening to this is to piss on their petunias. So I think, I'm sure you agree, that if you know some miserable fucker who hates everybody, find out what genre of music they like, and then find a artist within that genre that makes music that delights as much as this, and get them to listen to it. And if they don't cheer up after that, well, fair enough, shoot them. There you go. You know what? I think if you took a blood sample from me now and looked at it under a microscope, all you would see would be daffodils, tulips, and hummingbirds playing with the white and red blood cells. Absolutely boying. No, what was I say? Uplifting. The word I'm trying to use doesn't exist. But yes, absolutely delightful. That is. The rest of the album is similarly sprightly and likely to, at the very least, get a twitch of a smile on your face. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. And you don't even notice it's an instrumental. I mean, obviously, a lot of the music I listen to, the voice is in effect another instrument rather than sort of separate entity. So it doesn't really matter. There's no vocals. So anyway, yeah. Yeah. I am lifted and happy, full of the joys. Anyway, clicky bollocks. Catch you all next time. Cheerio.